As we close the book on 2024 and look ahead to 2025, I do want to take one more second to look back at 2024 and show you my top 10 figures of 2024. Number 10. Kicking off the list at number 10, we have the Marvel Legends Sabretooth. Now, Marvel Legends quietly had a pretty good year. Kind of came out of the gate storming hot, and towards the end of the year kind of tapered off. This was a list going like 1 through 20. Marvel Legends would have way more figures on this list, but I put Sabretooth at number 10 because I did think it was a little bit hindered. If it was a solo release, it would have been probably much higher on this list, but it was paired up with that 2-pack with Sabretooth and Logan, so Logan kind of unfortunately does drag him out, but as an individual release, this is a pretty solid figure. I thought this Sabretooth looked really good, definitely fills the void of an updated Sabretooth. The sculpt was excellent, the look and design of him was brilliantly done. And you know, if you have some of your older Sabretooths too, you can also swap out the heads, which is really nice, which does go really well. I think that's one of the big things holding him back is that head. I think the older Sabretooth heads from the Apocalypse X-Men definitely goes better on this body. Speaking of which, the body is tremendous here with Sabretooth. Really good figure all around. I think that was the only thing kind of like really holding it back from kind of making higher on the list was the fact that his head was, you know, not proportionally right, but other than that, pretty good articulation, good price. Again, if this was a standalone release, I do think this would be higher on my list. Number 9. Coming in at number 9, we have the Blue Eyes White Dragon from Monster Arts. Now, this one is definitely a little touchy subject for me because I absolutely love Yu-Gi-Oh!, love Pokemon, and I love Digimon. Those 3 animes right there definitely hit my inner child. I remember running home as a kid to go home and watch cartoons, getting off the bus, running home, turning on the TV, and then watching either Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Pokemon or Digimon. So the thing I absolutely love, though, about Monster Arts here is all the paint that you get. I mean, look at all the different shades of blues, the whites, everything. It's really good. It definitely brings to life Blue Eyes White Dragon. What's the biggest thing though holding this figure back and making it higher on my list? For me personally, it was the price. Monster Arts is very, very expensive, and this figure is cheaply made. It's very light, very cheap plastic. It's not made with sturdy material. I've seen a lot of people too posting it online about their red eyes and their blue eyes breaking constantly. The wings break, the mouth breaks, the scales break. So fortunately for me, I'm not, you know, messing with mine a lot. Mine are just kind of sitting right in my glass detolf. So they look really good just from like almost like a statue point. Every once in a while I'll manipulate and maneuver them a little bit, but I can definitely see where people are coming from because it is very light and everything here does move. The scales, the wings, the tails, the jaw, everything, which, you know, it works as a double-edged sword. It's both a really good thing and also a really bad thing because they are cheaply made. I do think for the future for Monster Arts, I would hopefully like to see them made with a little more sturdier and a little more harder plastic. This way they're not acceptable to break in, but for now, it makes number 9 on my list. Number 8. Coming in at number 8, we have the Revoltech Spider-Man. This is the 2.0 version. This one did come out in 2024. Revoltech has revamped a lot of their figures and made 2.0 versions with, and I fell in love with this 2.0 Spider-Man. It has a very nice, unique, classic look. The big thing about this figure is it is inexpensive. It's actually not as expensive as you think it was. You come with a bunch of different accessories from the hands, the web wings, the web shooters, everything. All the way down to like the paint on this thing is just unbelievable. So you're getting a lot of bang for your buck here. I believe this one was about $65. I got this one for $65. It was on sale. Comes with all a bunch of accessories. And the one thing about Revoltech is you can pose them any way you want. That is the beauty of Revoltech. Revoltech really had a strong 2024. Ever since Moon Knight came out, they since then have taken the ball and ran with it. Like they haven't looked back since then. And now that they've revamped some of their figures, I think Spider-Man was a lot better. This 2.0 version was very, very well done. Very glossy looking, so some people may not like that appeal. Me personally, I do like it. It's just, again, it's just another solid Spider-Man in a very long lineup of figures done and made for Spider-Man. I think Revoltech definitely hit a good one. Is this the end-all be-all for Spider-Mans? No, and that's why it kind of makes number 8 on my list. Number 7. Number 7 on my list is just one of my almost favorite figures from Mezco, and this is Mezco's The Mask. If there's one piece of advice I can give Mezco is please, for the love of God, do more of this, man. No more of the Marvel and the DC stuff, man. Just do some more like original releases. Like think a little more outside the box, because this, when they do that, they do figures like this and they hit home runs with them. Mezco's The Mask was so beautifully done. It just, the accessories were goofy. Everything on it was just like real. It felt real original. It felt like when they made this character, it was, they felt like they had fun with this, you know. The weapons he comes with are goofy. I mean, that alternative head that he's kind of wearing right now on this video is like one of my favorite accessories from Mezco. It really just brings to life the mask, the suit he's wearing, the blue with the white, even the tie with the skulls and everything. It's just a really, really, really fun figure. Everything about it was really good. The one thing holding it back was the fact that the material they used it really does hinder the articulation heavily. But again, that's okay with me, because the thing is I'm not looking to make, you know, dynamic poses with the mask. He's just going to hold a gun, put that head on him, and that's all I need to do. He was a little pricey. He was a deluxe release, so he was in that $120 range, which I'm not a big fan of, those deluxe releases at that price point. I do think it should be a little bit cheaper, because I don't think we're getting enough plastic to justify $120 worth. But all that being said, still one of my favorite figures, and definitely has a permanent home in my collection. Never getting rid of this figure. Absolutely love it. It's why it comes in at number 7 on my list. Number 6. At number 6, we have another Mezco. This is Mezco's 112, the Green Goblin. Now, the classic Spider-Man, not good. The classic Dr. Octopus, to the images I've seen so far, I haven't gotten them in hand yet, but doesn't look too good. The classic Green Goblin, oh boy, what a well done figure. The thing that really blows this figure out of the water is actually every once in a while, see, here's the thing with Mezco. Every once in a while, they'll use certain materials on their figures where it's like, it's really bad. But in this case, the material they actually used on Green Goblin was perfect. The scales for the green, the latex, like the pleather for the purple, which is a nice, like almost like a really light leather, all the way down from like the top of the head down to his feet, to the head sculpt that they did, really just brings to life this Green Goblin. His glider, which unfortunately I should have equipped it with, his glider is fantastic. The plastic they use doesn't feel like it's cheap. It's not die cast, it's not cheap plastic, but it does have a little bit of nice weight to it. The brilliance of the glider though is they actually use these accessories, like the heat coming from underneath it, actually makes it look like he's levitating. So again, outside the box thinking from Mezco, really good accessories. The head sculpt is phenomenally done. All the head sculpts, even the Norman Osborn one, is beautiful on the Green Goblin. It's a really well done figure. It's why it makes number 6 on my list. Number 5. All right, now we're getting into some top 5 figures of 2024, and this one right here, the Mezco Doctor Doom, was damn near flawless. I absolutely love this. I do think this is a definitive Doctor Doom. This is why he makes top 5 on my list. I do think if you wanted a one and done Doctor Doom, you can go out and purchase the Mezco Doctor Doom and just be done with ever purchasing another Doctor Doom. I think it's that good. The brilliant here thing that he actually did with this one is they used die cast. So again, articulation isn't gonna be the greatest, but you don't need, you know, your Doctor Doom to do full leg splits and dynamic poses. At least I don't need mine to do that anyways. The accessories he comes with some very, very, very unique accessories. He can take his mask on and off. Everything about this one is well done. The felt on the green robe that he has on is well done. The die cast though makes him feel like he's almost like a 5-pound figure in your hand. It almost feels like you're holding a Hot Toys almost, which is why it makes top 5 on my list. Well done with this one, Mezco. Number 4. Now I know what some of you are thinking, man, when is Philip going to finally get around to actually putting some SH Figuarts in his top 10 list? Well, here you go. This is coming in at number 4 is the Super Saiyan Legendary Goku from SH Figuarts. I said in my review that when I was unboxing this figure, it felt like I was unboxing perfection. Like, that's how good this figure really is. His proportions are awesome. Like, this is why I didn't like the Ultra Instinct Goku that came out recently from SH Figuarts. Because again, look at this one. Look at the proportions. Look at the muscle mass on this guy. He just looks like he's just beefy. He's working out. That's what I want my figures, especially a Super Saiyan or a God Super Saiyan. I don't care what he looks like on the show. I really just don't. I want my action figures to look like that. Action figures. I want them to be a little more dramatic, a little more, you know, beefier and stuff like that. Unboxing this one was exactly like that. For the price that you pay for and the accessories you get, from the design, the ripped in the clothes, everything, it's just a well done figure. It's an A+ figure. And again, if you wanted a legendary Super Saiyan Goku that's battle damaged, again, SH Figuarts is gonna be your best. You can buy that one and be done. That is what you will notice on the top 5 list here. These are figures you can buy and be one and done with. You don't have to buy another beat up Goku. Just go out and buy the legendary SH Figuarts Goku and you will be done and you will be satisfied. That's why it comes in at number 4. Number 3. Coming in at number 3, we have the Mezco 112 White Ranger. This was the Mezco exclusive, by the way, too. So this figure right here, man, again, I really do believe you can buy this White Ranger and never have to buy another White Ranger for your Mighty Morphin Power Ranger collection. That's how good this figure is. The material they use there is a very soft spandex material, which is probably the material they should use for a lot of other figures, but they keep doing this pleather material, which sucks. Talk about that later. But this one, they did not do that, thank God. But the only thing really hindering him is the shoulder area. He does have a little bit of a limited range with that heavy armor top piece right there. But outside of that, everything else pretty darn flawless. His accessories are so good. You get Saba, of course. You get an extended version of Saba. You also get Saba shooting his laser eyes out. You also get a sword of light with a bunch of other like lightning effects from all the different colors of the Power Rangers. You get an unmasked version of Tommy, Jason David Frank, RIP to that legend. So everything here is exactly what you need for a White Ranger to basically just buy one and done and never have to buy another White Ranger, which in my opinion goes a long way, especially when you're a hardcore collector, man, because you don't want to keep buying figure after figure of the same White Ranger, White Ranger, White Ranger. If you just want to do one and done, go out and buy the Mezco 112 White Ranger. You can thank me later. Number 2. Coming in at number 2 is yet another Mezco. This is the Mezco 112 King Conan, and yet another figure. See, this is the thing about Mezco. When they don't focus on like Marvel and DC, you know, the everyday name brand, the big brands and stuff like that, when they do things like this, like King Conan, The Mask, White Ranger from Power Rangers, when they do stuff like that, they just do such a better job, in my opinion. King Conan is no different. The head sculpt is brilliantly done. His body mass is excellent. The chainmail on him, the shades of different browns, all the paint, everything painted gold. His head sculpt is unbelievable. His accessories that he comes with, it's almost perfect. Even down to like his cape, the faux fur on his boots and stuff like that. Everything is just so well done on this figure. It was so close to being my number 1, but the best figure of 2024 is number 1. Revoltech's Agent Venom. This is my number 1 figure from 2024. This figure right here, when I unboxed it, I said this figure was going to be figure of the year. There was nothing that was going to even come close. And I said there might be a chance that something blows me away. You know, it's early in 2024. Maybe something comes along and just absolutely overthrows this figure. Let me tell you, nothing even comes close. This figure is perfection personified. What makes this figure stand out is Revoltech's articulation. I mean, look at the body on this guy, right? His mass, his muscle mass is really good. He's wearing a lot of armor pieces. So typically, what do we think when we see that as collectors? We think, you know what, this thing's not going to be able to pose as well as I want it to. Nope, this thing can pose in any different direction it wants. The paint on this thing is beautiful. The latex black really stands out from all of his armor, like his shoulder pads, chest plate, back, forearms, his legs, everything. That really, really nice, detailed latex black. The sharp points that come out, his accessories, oh, the accessories, they're so good. The tendrils you get are so good. They peg beautifully in the back, and they have so many different ball points of articulation. And let me tell you, if you got the web exclusive, you got the Venom alternative head. If you didn't get it, no worries. Pop off the Marvel Legends Venom head or something like that and just put it right here on the Revoltech, and you'll just have Venom, because they use pretty much a standard ball peg, which is perfect. Take off the little neck joint right there, and you'll have even more articulation in the head area. This figure, everything from top to bottom is perfection personified. It's why it takes my number one spot. This is the number one figure of 2024. Hat tip and kudos to Reveltech for making that happen. And that's going to do it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comment section what were your favorite figures of 2024. If you want to do a top 10 list, please sound off in the comment section, or just go ahead and comment down below what were your favorite figures of 2024. Hope you guys have enjoyed this, and as always, thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I'll see you guys next time.